Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to day, I don't know guys, of Doctor Who December. I'm not filming in a random order. I'm filming like the week ahead, but I guess I'm filming that week in a random order because that's just life. So I'm really excited for today's video. Today is the last day of the ponds. Amy and Rory wouldn't be in my top 5 companions. However, now when I watch The Angels Take Manhattan, I think Matt Smith's performance is probably one of the best performances I've seen in Doctor Who. That whole bit where he just breaks down, and I just think with the whole thing with the book and the chapters, I just think is really, really clever. And I really love the episode. But actually when it first aired, I didn't have the same connection with Amy and Rory. And what's actually interesting is I was thinking about this, and I'm just going to ramble for a little bit. Of course I didn't feel the same way the first time I watched it, because that was the first time I'd watched it. I'm someone who needs normally multiple times to watch something to connect. So I've really started going back recently and trying to watch episodes that I don't normally watch. One of which, controversially, is The Fires of Pompeii. It's not my favourite, but I rewatched it a couple of days ago and really enjoyed it. The same with Bill's era. I've only watched that series twice, I think. So of course I don't feel the same way about Bill Potts, because I've watched her series twice, and then I've watched like series 3 probably 100 times. And I think this is a really interesting discussion to have among fans, because we're very quick, not all of us, a proportion of us are very quick to watch something and go, oh, it was rubbish. It was rubbish. But if you've only watched it once, then you just can't compare something that you've watched once to something you've watched. You can't compare something you've watched once to something you have watched 50 times. It just got me thinking about the whole Jodie era as well. I would never sit here and say that I disliked an episode, because I believe if you're a fan of something, you accept it in its highs and its lows. But I definitely don't feel a connection with Jodie's Doctor, and if she were to leave, I wouldn't be upset. But I've only watched her episodes once. So it's only natural that I feel like that. I feel like a lot of us just don't give her a chance. I'm not saying I haven't given her a chance. I just haven't gone back and rewatched them. But I am going to go back and rewatch them, because Mum really wants to rewatch them or watch them before the Revolution of the Daleks. Anyway, that was a complete digression. If you are new here, my name is Marie-Clare. Thank you so much for joining. I don't think I'll cry. I just will be really interested to see I guess how Karen and Arthur were behind the scenes, and Matt as well. So let's go. Oh, that must be so sad for them.
Not a pond.
Oh, bless.
Oh God, they've put sad music.
At the read through for episode 1, and he looked really scared. He was like, "Hi, nice to meet you."
First time I met her, she was wearing heels, and it was at the read through. I was like, oh God, she's taller than me. This is a nightmare.
It's the thing, like, I was 21 when that happened, and now I'm all in my mid-20s. Oh God.
She was 21 when she got
But no,
cast.
the first days of filming on Doctor Who were just the craziest days of our lives, I think, because we were taking over this British institution, and it was in our hands in a weird way, and it was just like, I don't really know what to do with it, but I'm going to do my best.
20 minutes. We became very close friends, and that has developed. There are not many people that make me laugh.
Changed our lives completely. I'm so proud of what we've done on it, and
I'm so pleased that I've got to work with so many amazing people and so many amazing writers and directors and crew and everyone, and met so many great friends.
I've gotten to do so many things on this show. That's what I'm going to miss. Just the range of things that I've gotten to do and learn. I mean, I've learned how to kind of sword fight, swing across a pirate ship. I'm getting to play an older version of the character, which never happens. You know, it's been amazing for just the sheer range.
Skillen, can I carry it?
I told you that just hold it. Don't talk to me.
Sorry, man.
I'm not talking much, I'm sorry. I'm just so into this, way more than I thought I would be.
We were like, oh fine, we'll just, and then suddenly it just sort of dawned and crept up on us all, and we kept having these moments going, oh God, this is our last scene together in the TARDIS. This is the last time that we'll have, an Amy Rory Doctor scene in space or wherever it may be. Second to last shot, Ella. Let's make it count, guys.
All I ever said to them both was, tell me first, because I'll start, and tell me as soon as you know when.
That's true.
I can start planning how we can do good.
The scene in the graveyard with River and Rory and Amy when Amy finally...
So did Karen and Arthur discuss when they were together?
It was one of those
They wanted to leave?
It was a pretty tricky day.
And it's really difficult to kind of work out where to pitch something like that.
Me and Karen and Arthur were talking about it. It was a bit like looking forward to a party for like 6 months and then getting to the party and going, oh man, the music's not quite right. You were never going to realise it in the way you did in your head, and I really hope it has landed and delivered and is the scene that we all want it to be.
Just she's just doing something in the moment.
And those things are always a challenge. You've got to really focus and concentrate.
Matt and I just got really emotional by the end of it, and I was really trying to hold back the tears, but I couldn't.
A great farewell.
I said, I'm going to be there to read that for you, no matter where we shoot it, whether I'm required to be there or not. I'm going to make sure that I'm there to read that. It's like, yeah. So what happened was we ended up shooting it in Central Park in New York with hundreds upon hundreds of people watching.
Wow.
I had one take. You've got to treat this like a play.
I always forget that there's probably people watching.
And just listen and try and let that do the work. And I think it did. So we'll see. But it was a remarkable experience with all those people. For its tiny, intimate moment. Something that's meant to be so secret as well. I couldn't hold the actual page in case anyone photographed it. I had to hold a different page of the book. And then Karen had to read really quietly next to me. So
Oh.
And I completely broke down into tears.
very emotional for the Doctor and very emotional for all of us when we read it. It was just 2.5 years to these great friends I have, and off they sauntered.
It feels like the right time to go. It's kind of leaving on a high, which is really what we were really adamant about doing. But that almost makes it harder for us, because it's like, oh, we're really enjoying it.
But with brothers, you have this just this love for them that just will never go away no matter what. So yeah, it is kind of like leaving family.
Their last official, proper, actual day on set was, as these things always are, a complete fraud. It wasn't in their last episode.
Last day. It kind of felt like the last day of term.
Oh.
There was a wheelchair there which I was pushing Karen around in, and we had to do the scene where we were jumping through some sort of vortex.
Oh, that was their last day on set?
We said good luck. On 3 years of being the greatest chums, the firmest of friends, part-time lovers, and occasional time travellers.
And their very last shot, pretending to be in Rory and Amy's garden, was the three of them stepping into the TARDIS together. That was the very last thing they ever did in the show as the threesome. Was the three of them, looking bravely and iconically at the camera. And guys, last one. Yeah. I remember thinking inside, well, Karen and Arthur will come back out of that box, but Rory and Amy won't. Because
And still, you weren't really believing that it was the end of this great journey.
Right, one moment of your time because that moment of history has just happened. On behalf of the casting crew, Doctor Who, thank you. We will miss you so much.
I'll miss it so much. I'll miss all the people so much. It's going to be a really strange thing.
You know, I was proud to work alongside them, and I think they've done an amazing job, and yeah, I'll miss them, you know.
I think that was beautifully done. It was really nice to see the behind the scenes of it. I've never really looked too much into it. And just seeing that their last day on set was, I assume, from The Power of Three. Again, it just kind of confirmed that the whole Angels Take Manhattan, I think, is just a beautiful, beautiful episode. And I know some people didn't like the Angels coming back, but I thought for that episode, it was perfect. Yeah, do you know what? It's just crazy because that feels like so long ago, and I guess it was. I don't even know how old Karen Gillan is now. She must be she must be like 30, surely. I just wonder, when Karen decided that it was time that she wanted to leave, did she speak with Arthur first? Because obviously they kind of go as a bit of a pair, and then they spoke to Stephen, or did Karen speak to Stephen and then he spoke to Arthur? Just all of this stuff, which I just don't think I could work in that industry, because I just don't think I'd be able to cope. But I wonder if they've done that for other companions, like their last days. I would like to think that they had, because I can imagine Billie Piper's last day on set being very emotional. I really loved that. I thought that was really, really, really great. Really great. I don't know who recommended that, but whoever you are, muchas gracias. Right, let's leave it there for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be back tomorrow with another reaction. Bye.